corner. They have the bomb toward the fountain. They'll clear systematically some map control toward the bathrooms, which give them the approach toward the A site, but it's early in the round, a minute and 22. And Fur, the only one directly inside of the A site, has to make contact. If they find him in the open as he is, they'll take the site for a plant and it will come to a retake. Again, one kit, but a good find from Fur, getting forward, unfortunately immediately traded. That gives NIP the approach, and the smoke is perfectly timed toward the stairwell for rotations.
Well, the bomb will go down into CT's boosting up here, trying to deny everything they can. coldzera strikes, can't find the headshot straight away. Have to fall back at this point, or maybe not. What was that? As he takes down Forrest, it's GetRight to defend from the bathroom, and the bomb has been planted.
Good find from GetRight to hold in the bathroom. So as you say, Taco, you talked about his performance not yesterday, but on Thursday. It was certainly impressive. Rez gets pulled down. That's going to take back part of the approach of the rotation, but Fallen still stands. No armor, so the Glock is a factor for body shots, but he's got the kit and he stays alive, Taco. Rez, he's got to pick up a gun. He's dropped his away. He's got to get to one that's got ammo left over. He's got the Glock 9 bullet, 6 HP. And Fallen's done it on the retake. Lots of time for the defuse.
SK Gaming coming out on top there. Bit of a brawl to kick things off. Sets the tone very nicely indeed. The boost from coldzera, I didn't think he would yield any sort of result, but he nails advantage. Yeah, that's a really nice play from Fur. He got shut down towards the late stage of the first half and Overpass, but with the MP9 pushing the smoke, it's the unexpected play. Have a look at Fallen, who's in the squeaky door for now, but it doesn't look like NIP will end up there just yet. They are flirting with the idea of going towards the B-bomb site. GetRight makes his way towards Checkers, but there is a slight caveat to that. coldzera waiting behind the boxes, and GetRight hasn't checked it just yet. They go for the boost here, this could all fall apart. coldzera biding his time, hasn't shown anything just yet.
GetRight is so deep in the site. Cold is going to have to be a hero because, unfortunately, inside of the site directly, Taco's got problems. I take it back. He actually compensates, finds an angle and backpedals to let GetRight walk in. We've got a similar start to Overpass, and that SK win the early bomb.
As we'll head in towards the Connector area. It's going to be a little trade there as well. Fallen opens things up, but Fur, once again, aggressive, of course, towards middle. He'll get the second and third frag. He's looking strong today. Middle seems to be the area he has complete control of, and he'll be closing the round out presumably any second. Now, Draken will take him down eventually. 3 versus 1 now. He's not going to win the round, but any damage he can cause the financial situation of SK is going to be beneficial to NIP.
Gets the kill.
The A side, it seems. Draken, no orb. He'll be at long A, and Fallen in the bathrooms. Exist's got his work cut out for him here.
Angle held. Exist hesitant. Checking all of the angles. Early shot from Fallen. In fact, it wasn't even going to be a shoulder peek. Draken's added to that with the AK kill on a bolt set long. That allows the entrance and the bomb plant at the very least. The rotation in a 2 versus 2 favors SK on HP, but not in positioning because they're split up entirely, and Draken's gonna get aggressive to try and catch Cold off. Good position. The AK can't find the shot. 15 for Cold. He can now afford to look for information, as Exist will not burrow into the typical post-plant position. He'll wait to see where Taco presents himself.
The in-game leader of NIP, the lowest performer for them in this tournament so far, in a 2 versus 1 up against coldzera and Taco. The bomb is down, he's towards long. He has no utility to work with it. He has to fight and see if he can make it a 1 versus 1 before anything begins here. He'll successfully do that, and he gets both kills! The spray control comes through, and Exist has done it! He pulls it off against all the odds. Nothing to—
1 for 1 as expected. GetRight getting the response kill and planting the bomb. They'll back off, burrow their way into the bathrooms. They have the AWP for Draken, but it's at long, rather than in the bathrooms with the straight line of sight toward the post-plant position. And therefore, it's got to get aggressive. Interestingly, Draken's going to do exactly that. An off-angle. Cold didn't quite spot him with the jump. If Draken moves even slightly, Cold will— oh, the edge of the smoke. Somehow he stays completely out of the vision of Cold. He was lurking atop the truck. It's Taco instead. SMG wants to get aggressive. Good find from Forrest. Falling goes back in. AWP misses. Inevitably, therefore, Cold's able to find the kill. And in the knife, or in the smoke rather, with the knife, they try and find GetRight, and somehow he tracks Fallen down running away.
I'm really liking this from NIP. They've got themselves together. They've been
actually gone to NIP. Doesn't help them.
Oh!
They all count. Draken, that one counts as well. 2 deagle shots in the round. It's suddenly a 5 versus 3 for NIP and Draken. He knows there's a gun on the other side of the flower pots. Good shot from Cold. But he knows there's likely more SK players as well, and he's right in assuming so. My goodness, Forrest!
This is unbelievable, the shots he's hitting right now. He's just toying with them, looking for more. Long A finally taken down. It's a 3 versus 2. coldzera and Taco have to try and salvage the round as they make their way towards the A side. It's Taco looking for the flags, but it might not matter. The bomb goes down. 25 seconds. How have NIP done this? The shots were just stellar. And now coldzera, I don't think he has a chance in this one. He won't even have time to get the bomb down here. NIP just looking for the final frag. It's Forest, it's Get Right. Now SK will need to work out. Do they go back towards the A site? coldzera is watching for flanks towards that connector. As we take more damage, Taco goes down to 15 points of health.
Good shot back from Forest. Cold and Taco low. Fallen at least grabs the AK again to work with. Rez has still been holding onto the bathrooms the whole time, so even if they rotate back, they have to pass his position at some point in time, so he's got the information required. Smoke will immediately go off to the heaven position. Allows a better entrance, takes out some of the range aspect from Monster. Just the one AK to work with. They don't even go in though. Forest gets in their face early, 26 seconds. They've got to go eventually if they want to at all, and apparently it doesn't matter because NIP is not going to allow them. Fallen, Taco, and Fur all go down. Just Cold remaining. AK picked up, do some damage where he can.
And I normally am a big fan of waiting for reactions to come through, but when you're in that sort of...
Draken waits patiently this time. Ooh, again, there's kind of what we spoke about.
Yeah.
He hits ridiculously hard shots.
That's so true, isn't it?
And then that's directly in front of his crosshair, and I think he's like so used to the muscle memory of flicking that when it's already aimed, he's like, what do? I can't just leave my hand still.
Unfortunately, up against the Glocks and P250s, it shouldn't really affect the outcome of the round as Rez to get the second kill, 5 on 3. Low HP on another player for the SK side as well. We are going to find map point for the NIP side. It was 7-1 down, and here we are on the SK map pick. NIP looking solid, a strong unit right now. Nothing too fancy, just playing great CS, hitting the shots. Players like Forest looking fantastic.
Draken and Exist to enter the site direct. Rez towards Squeaky Door, bit of a trip over each other as they got off on each other's heads, but Exist finds the opening pick. Forest down, Bolt has an angle, finds one and falls off a second as well. He's looking extremely sharp on the USP. And as he finds forward to find Forest, he will eventually go down. That allows the bomb plant for Get Right. And on the retake, it's Fallen that has the kit again. In-game leader typically carries it. coldzera, good shot to Get Right, finds the head as he jumps on the E-box, and he's got great movement because he's already up on top of the catwalk. In fact, doubly our SK in the position, which is uncommon, unorthodox not to see so many players there. It means they're trying to trade off of each other as Fallen jumps back down. They want to isolate Forest. Good find. It's on to Draken. Taco's tagged, but over the top, nothing they can do. Good retake from SK.
Yeah, nice to note the movement there of coldzera. That was just beautiful to watch. The fact he's getting up towards that heaven idea of going towards the B-bomb site. Get Right makes his way towards Checkers, but there is a slight caveat to that. coldzera waiting behind the boxes, and Get Right hasn't checked it just yet. If they go for the boost here, this could all fall apart. coldzera biding his time, hasn't shown anything just yet.
And Get Right is so deep in the site. Cold is going to have to be a hero because, unfortunately, inside of the site directly. Taco's got problems. I take it back. He actually compensates, finds an angle and backpedals to let Get Right walk in. We've got a similar start to this again. Draken tries to get some luck on his side and fire through the smoke at B. Slightly better vision. We'll push Fur back to the site. That's when Rez wants to catch him. So by design, he opens the door, and Fur has to converge and cross at least one of the two angles. Good shot from Rez, and he's inside of the site.
He's found 2 kills on that Desert Eagle. These have proven to be very strong for the Ninjas. Get Right gets the third, and this could be the entrance we were looking for. It's 3-0 right now, but this looks like an NIP round all day. Looking to get aggro here in the A main position, but he'll fall back after deploying the incendiary.
Double push, and it's Fallen on the off, surprisingly, that hits it, but they don't account for Fallen, or excuse me, for Forest. In the corner, not common. That's a setup to counter the push through, because normally you have one at the door, one facing behind the box. And a good play at that, but the problem is they've lost more than 2, which is all they've pulled back in an early situation of a 3 versus 2. Lots of time to open up the map for NIP. And SK is going to spread to a 1-1-1 defense, essentially. 1 in mid for the fast rotation and information, and 1 on either bomb site. Forest needs to be so careful. His back turned. Taco is close, sees the shoulder just as he looks away. Forest tries to pre-fire in. And with him going down, Get Right has his work cut out for him. Thankfully, it is isolated down to just 1 in the site directly. He's going to have to act quick. Good pre-fire. Bomb plant immediate as well. He knows that there was, the next closest at least was middle. As Taco waits at the truck, Cold will try and get an angle on the secondary AWP. Get Right doesn't need to face either, but you know Get Right. He's planted it for main, but if he can find a way to be somewhat clever, he will, and this is his play at it. If anyone goes to check A main, he's got the angle for it.
Yeah, exactly.
As soon as they walk in by the forklift to even consider peeking that direction, he's got the headshot lineup. He's also got a chance to peek out when they get on top of the bomb. They do have a chance to defuse it in behind, though, and I don't know that Get Right realizes it. He's got the first kill. Kit's on it, and unfortunately not. It was just barely too tight inside, and coldzera pulls off a defuse.
He plans on
able to control highway. And I think just wait at this point to see what else they can find. Again, though, SK's gotten aggressive inside of A main, and they're going to go for a boost this time. So Fallen without the AWP, not able to find footing, but now they've got a chance. Fallen goes down, Draken with the kill. Now, do they read that he didn't peek A main? Do they read there's still a boost potential in play?
Still plenty of time here. 1 minute on the clock. We've got Forest deep behind enemy lines as he makes it towards highway. Fur has not spotted it. He'll be aware it's a possibility. Might have to check, but it might not even matter. Bolts takes him down from the boost position, but Rez with the refrag. It's at the Fur and coldzera now on the retake as they come from CD Spawn and highway.
And immediately, coldzera knew exactly with Bolts going down, so too did Fur, that they had to rotate in as fast as possible. Cold gets there, gets the kill, and backs out. Fur doesn't want to do the same. There's no flames at his feet, but there is bullets in his face as he tries to walk by, and Rez has the line held through the smoke, even if it bloomed or not. Speaking of lines, 2 against the wall. Rez only manages 1. It's Cold on 55. No nades to work with. Does have a kit, but against 2. Exist and Get Right, both very experienced players. It's going to be unlikely he's able to isolate this as he wants to, and I think he knows the situation. He's already backing off. This will be NIP picking up a 7-4 scoreline, their 4th round, and their 2nd in a row. And it is Rez who's stepping up now. 3 kills in this round for him.
Capable of the Desert Eagles. This round will still be tough. NIP praised for how good they are in the anti-eco situations, how methodical they are, and how they have so much trade potential at all times. They need to make sure they get the opening pick first and see what is possible after that. Lovely work from Draken. Shoots after the smoke blooms, and they take down coldzera and that aforementioned M4.
Yeah, so forget that theory of trying to get aggressive on Cold's hands. Drop the bomb back down so Rez doesn't get caught. And the bomb in a position where they'd have to commit quite a few bodies, 2 bodies further. Go back and get it as Taco waits inside of the checker room. It's Bolts as well with his P250. Cover off Z. His teammates, as you can see, down in front of him, which does mean there is an M4 in that position he's probably thinking about getting, but good read from Rez. Flashes behind. I would say he's arrived in this series.
Absolutely. He's looking confident now. Shaking off the nerves, got that first map victory, and he's going to find maybe another frag there. He gets it done. That's his 3rd of the round, up to Taco now. 4 versus 1, no armor. Got that deagle towards the team, falling with none. There's 1 single defuse kit as we enter the last few rounds now of the first half of Cash. Gerard's feeling brave again.
Very brave. Same play that Forrest had. Quick smoke, fast flash. It was he who has the spawn who takes it. But it's Fallen and Cold that take the kills back. And in fact now, quite convincingly, they find themselves in a 4 versus 2, and Get Right being one of the players to go down, so they don't even have the mid control that they wanted. And Fallen is getting very aggressive.
Yeah, 4 on 2. Complete change of pace there for NIP after the tactical timeout comes through. NIP throw a spanner in the works there. Fast towards middle, and it looks like it's going to be completely wrecked as 4 on 1 now. Exist gets dropped by Fallen, and it's just down to Forest now. Trying to cause some damage. Very unlikely he can win the round, but if he finds Fallen, he's actually snuck behind him here. This could be interesting. If he gets this goal, we've got a round on our hands here. Forest will go down to 29. Just wants to find kills here. That's the main objective.
Exactly. Find kills, limit the money because they have to buy again into round 14, but the bomb down makes things most interesting. That makes things most interesting as well. And blinds himself partially. Man already, make that 2. As Bolts gets Forest, it's on to Rez. Yeah, blood's been hot, but a tough proposition in front of him to go 1 versus 3. Smokes covering the inside of the site. Give him a chance he can fade inside. He can still isolate this down if he's fast enough to find Taco. Because Bolts is still working in from Chuck. That smoke has favored him massively. He thinks he's gotten away with it. He thinks he's clever. He is indeed. Bolts is nowhere near. Bolts doesn't read it. And NIP get it. Rez barely wins the round.
What amazing play he's had.
The score seemingly looked closer. It was actually a blowout when you consider that it was 7-1 for SK and NIP basically reverse swept it. Early flames atop the drop to make sure no one can get up, cover the position.
Just to note, it's Rez on the secondary orb right now, not Forest, so we'll see whether he can arrive. He's got 23 kills, 16 deaths. The next closest to him is Draken on 9. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, that's a one-man army. That's ridiculous. If anyone else wants to start playing in an NIP, that would be appreciated by Rez, I'm sure. Because it might give them enough to push over the edge on SK. Round is important. Rez as well. Secondary up. Tags and naded. Bolts read it.
Yeah, he could have fallen back, but decided to just get 1 more smoke down before making his way back towards the checkers, and he'll get naded. There's the leg shot that opens.
Bounce.
Yeah.
Damn, that was very smart. Catches out Bolts entirely. Certainly suggests he knows that he's there, but Forrest still waiting behind the box. Tries to go for the early peek, can't do it. Doesn't like to try and wall through because it's not that applicable, but Get Right certainly steps up! Get Right steps up! Oh god, Get Right, get all four! Fallen finds the response and puts him on the floor, but it's still not done because the bomb not planted. Fallen, he'll go for the open side plant to play with the AWP, but they've already taken position back through the vent. What an incredible individual heroic moment for Get Right as it looked like they'd lost all hope at the B site. And Fallen manages at least to burrow back and hold the op on an angle that isolates Exist first. As soon as he peeks, Fallen should be ready. They'll tap the bomb. That forces Fallen back in, but a smoke off, he can't push through. They can try to hold the defuse. If Exist can play the inside angle, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Now he's got coverage for his teammate, but it's 10 seconds and Fallen, edge of the smoke, somehow hits it. Draken responds, but there's no time.
So smart from Fallen there. Gives himself an open plan. He's in a...
Spraying through to catch the angle, but holding the wall. Draken's gotten one. He knows the door was going to open. Tries to spray transfer over, at least self-preservation, if you will, as he sprays and ducks behind the forklift. And he gets away, or does he? No, he does not. Taco, great shot after throwing the nade. That'll allow them to walk into the site. Get Right showing his hand a little bit early, but the flash out wants to capitalize. Finds one, but Taco actually burns Fallen, so it wasn't even Get Right's kill, but it'll count. As they find themselves in a 2 versus 3, Get Right gone down early. It means Cold was able to hold the wall, and therefore they close it out 16-9. Running as the previous iteration, which may give NIP a chance.
We haven't seen NIP on it in a while, though, and SK Gaming have played it this tournament. Know they're strong. They managed to take that optic earlier on. As we get into the pistol, will be NIP starting on the CT side here. Of course, SK with 3 sets of armor, a couple of smokes to work with, not going aggressively towards Banana like most teams will. Should be saving those smokes and maybe committing fully towards the A side here. It's a very passive hold from NIP as they hold right back in the bomb side here. It's only Exist that's got any sort of mid-control as Fur lies in wait in the boiler room.
One of SK's most famous losses on land when they were on map points. Came on this map due to over-aggression. It was a catalyst, perhaps, of why Bolts fits back into this roster. We'll see if those improvements can push them over the edge. So far, it pushes them easily into the pistol round. Aggression required on the T side, and Fallen and Bolts finding frags that go unanswered. Cold goes the other direction, opposite and against the currents to catch off rotations. It works well, except for Rez, who manages to get back in behind, but only one kill, and down he goes. SK take the round. It's over, smoke down, Cold. One of the 3 AKs wants to lead, Fallen flashed off, has to fall back now. They've left a lurk. Unsurprising, perhaps it's expected in many ways in Taco, as he's going to try and cut off rotations. He has an AK, that leaves 2 AKs to take the site, and Rez and Get Right to defend, both toward new box. No boost this time for Rez. He'll stay oranges too as he gets a little bit closer. In fact, swings out early. Get Right down, they know where Rez is. Good trade. He found his second kill, surprisingly, on the Bolt before swinging to try and find Cold and Taco. He makes contact, but realizes his teammates need the weapon, and he's got 17 HP. Fur's able to add to the arsenal, is picking up a 3rd AK-47 to wait for the rotations will be beneficial, but the smokes are gone. There is no further utility, and Draken can post and hold the angle as they get closer. Tries to bait out a shot with a decoy. No one peeks off of it. Clever tactic, but it doesn't work, and Fur's got a lineup. Taco's got a lurk lane. He swings around, and it pays off for SK.
Nice little to open up the A-bomb site even further. 2-on-2 now as he commits with the flashbang here. Rez to defend. He's been hot so far. Can he maybe find this round for NIP? It looks likely as he takes down Fur.
Great recovery from Rez in terms of position. He was a little bit aggressive, hoping that they would win out the exchanges. When they lost Forrest, he had to run to get behind a box, and it catches them off, but it's down to the 1-on-1. And Get Right was not detected by Cold on the flank the first time around, so Cold's not going to know, but he has great position, and Get Right has to make a noise dropping. That reveals that he's on the right side. As Cold to cover the angle. It's a common position, which gives Get Right a bit of a chance to pre-fire the peak. But it's still hard to get the lineup right toward the headshot, and Cold pre-fires instead. Shadow showed, and he's able to find it to give SK the round. Through Exist finds the kill. G2's won an event more recently than Astralis even, despite us talking more critically of them.
Good work by Forrest.
Yeah, excellent peek out to find Cold trying to get up on top and boost it over top of the hay bales. It gives the advantage firmly now to NIP after starting off with the Draken pick, and there's really not been any footing for SK in this round. Finally, Bolts will swing out to get Draken, but it's still a very timid approach because they have to worry about the pit and Forrest inside of it. As they do that, they're distracted, they're preoccupied, and Exist will walk out. 2 quick kills on a UMP, not bad.
3 kills for Exist, you're absolutely right, not bad at all. Gets the flank perfectly there, the UMP.
It's tagged to 15 HP. As he timed his shot into the flash. All to Banana. Fast play. SMG is hoping to take advantage. Fur just started the peak. That's exactly when they go, and it's when he gets blinded up. Thankfully, Fallen had his vision still. He's able to pop back out. And Exist goes down. It's not Rez they sent first, which you might have expected having him so low on HP. So they're going nowhere fast inside of Banana.
The advantage for now, but this will be a B play. They've lost control of the map elsewhere. Fallen will miss a shot, fall back as Incendiaries. Flashbangs being deployed, but it doesn't matter. Fur delivering the headshots. Takes down Rez, trying to find Fallen some space here. He can't do it. The UMP takes him down. Remember, this is the bonus round, and one that's working out for NIP. The UMP doing a tremendous amount of work now. As the bomb goes down, the retake will begin. Remember, no kits.
No kits, and an AWP picked up for Draken. It won't be posted inside of Banana. Instead, they're trying to post it up so that it can see into CT as the smoke dissipates, and already without the smokes, they're going to have problems. Cold is going to be in the open. As soon as Draken wants to peek, they're transferring though. Interestingly, late transfer toward Emo with both players because they didn't see anyone at CT, and I think they wanted the angle for Banana. They expected no one to be there in the end, but now they are, and it's not even out. It's down. There's nothing Bolts can do to get away from inside of Ruins. Draken finds the kill, and it's a 13th round for NIP.
A 12th round for NIP.
Getting aggressive. Back turn. Oh, Exist. He needs to be ready for this. Flashed off, thankfully, at the right time. That could have been dangerous.
Completely blind. Hold W, get towards D steps and hope for the best. Fallen, as I said, having a nightmare here on Inferno. Goes from bad to worse. Gives up that kill essentially for free. Now, NIP have been gifted opportunity to hold up, bleed out the utility, and go in as a 5-man unit.
Will have to be cautious and back away solo toward Banana without Fallen.
The reason that's such a bad play from Fallen is because he's got no one with him. That full commitment, pushing with the flashbang, sure, he's trying to get that first pick, but the fact no one else is with him, it's just a death sentence at that point, and it will go down, and there's so much time to work with.
You say that, but the last time in my memory that 2 players pushed from SK down Banana, they gave away a map point.
That's I know exactly what you're referring to. Yes.
Yeah, with Phelps and Fur.
I mean, the barrels are going to back him up as he goes in. Full commitment towards the B side, though. It's raining fire, and Fur to defend. Can't do anything about it. As this takes him down, that's going to be a safe call right now. Can't even attempt this retake. It's over.
That's a great execution. What a timeout call from NIP. They respond with full execution once they get Banana control, and they'll do it entirely for free as well. 3 players to save on SK's side. That'll give them a bye in the next round. They importantly keep the AWP. But it's the 3 Molotovs, which SK themselves used to throw. The counter to that was place someone in Emo. They've got the additional one that goes that position. I like how Fur, in some sort of symbolic, poetic way, stood inside the water of the fountain, hoping like, well, I can't get caught on fire here.
Well, he didn't get on fire, but he did get very flashed, and down he went. That's why Molotovs are so important in CSGO. It's areas of the bomb site you don't have to look towards. So you're Molotoving towards Emo, new boxes, first oranges. Your players don't need to look in those positions. You're looking at the boost spots, you're looking at the fountain, you're looking at some extent cores, but that'll be smoked, and it means your star players get in there, find those entry kills.
Go inside of the site, and early, they'll commit to the boost because they have to get ready for a crossfire, having no information toward Banana in the bottom of mid. And Fallen cannot leave Fur on his own. So a small positional victory for NIP early.
Indeed. Far and Fallen to defend. Fallen on the rifle this time. It's Cold Zero, the primary orb. Fallen's having an absolute shocker. He's currently sat on 8 kills, 18 deaths, and this is normally one of his absolute best maps. It's another full B execution here, Matt. We've got the 3 Molotovs, we've got the 3 smokes. Watch them rain in. This could be the final play to get NIP on series point, grand final point. The fire comes through, and can they make it happen?
The difference is the boost at new box. And Fallen, he's the difference. In fact, he goes forward of it. If you're gonna flame off the site, he'll get in your face. Get right finally gets him down, but the boost for Fur, it never extinguished. Or at least lit up below him, I should say, because he catches it off. That's a good counter for SK, and it's a back-to-back similar strategy. They were ready for it.
They're absolutely ready for it. We described that boost previously in the first half. It means you're safe against the fire and the flashbangs, and the teams won't necessarily be pre-firing that position. It's now a 4-on-2. Draken and Forrest are trying to convert this to a victory once again, try and do as much damage as you possibly can. The bomb is there. Taco watching the flanks, and we'll see if they can get the opening pick here as Draken commits towards the coffins, finds not the first, it's Fur to take his teammate down, and that should be the round concluded now. He gets another. He makes it expensive.
The best chance they have with it is early picks based on the fact that SK aren't expecting it, and that's why both pistols are going forward first. If they think it's going to be only pistols, the AKs will stomp in after.
Towards B we go. Smoke spawn, flash over, hope for the best.
Pistols lead. That's all they'll spot originally. The AKs have to strike back for trade. Pistols don't even get shots, but Get Right does get one immediately. Rez goes down, trade again. Exactly what they needed, and the 3 AKs are the ones to stay alive. It's by design. And it puts a post-plant situation toward B, but no smokes to cover off the choke points. And as a result, Forest has to fight forward. All 3 from SK will rotate from CT. 8 shots fired out. Draken's gonna try and pull them toward Forest. It might work, but they check. Taco doesn't realize it. Shows immediately. Forest goes 1 for 1. That'll do for now.
Oh, the
Because
backstab
Get Right. Oh my God, Get Right. How old school is that? Down banana. They had no idea why. Why would he be in CT spawn? And it's goddamn Get Right. That's why. Bolts gets found. Draken gets map point, and NIP are almost out. Last attempt. Taco's been quiet.
To do the execution once again, maybe flashed over. It's a good flashbang, does damage, but no kill. 5 on 4. It's Vertigo down. Got the dink on Rez of the UMP, but it's not enough. It forces the rotation in the form of bolts over towards the B side, and we still have all the utility for the terrorist forces here. All we have for SK, 2 flashbangs, no kits. That's absolutely it. Bolts and Fallen to defend with just CZs between them. Surely not, man. This can't happen.
Fallen's ready for the peak. They're gonna push through. He's blinded up, and Exist looks toward Orange's 1 with the smokes down. They know they've got safety behind them, but watch for the boost. Bolt's going up late, and 3 players crawling over Coffin. They've got their backs turned. They'll turn around all at once.
That was the chance.
A loud scream turns the attention. Fallen tries to sneak in. It was the finals last year on this very stage that NIP took down SK. It's the semifinals this year, and the champions will return. But will it be Cloud9 or FaZe? It's just Taco to find. He's revealed his position, and everyone's heads will reel his direction. As soon as he pulls in, Rez will confirm it appropriately as well. NIP 16-11.